Hello guys and gals, and welcome to another episode of Tutorials. Today we're going to be going over a very simple topic, but a very important one. And what is that topic? The topic is Renown. So if you don't know how to access your Renown, what you do is you go to the map right here, alright? And once you're in the map, you see up at the top where it says View Rewards, you're going to hit W. And you're going to go to your View Rewards, and every single region has their own Renown value. Down here at the bottom, you can clearly see how much each individual thing is worth in terms of renown. Waypoints are worth 20. Strongholds are worth 100. There's 3 of those, by the way. Side quests are worth 20, which is not bad. Areas discovered is worth 5, and there's actually a lot of this. As you can see, there's 71 or out of 76, so I haven't really explored the entire map. But 76 times 5 is actually a pretty decent amount of renown. Side dungeons are worth 30. Now, you only get that on the first completion of the dungeon. And Altars of Lilith are worth 10, and there's 28 of those, so that's 280 renown for the Altars of Lilith. Now, the Altars of Lilith have varying effects, like +2 strength, +2 willpower, +2 intelligence, +2 dexterity, +1 Paragon points, plus maximum obols, and things like that. Altars of Lilith are definitely worth getting because this actually transfers to all characters within that realm. So if you are a sorceress and you gather all your Altars of Lilith and you start an alternate character, you are going to have access to all of those bonuses on your alternate character. Same thing goes for the +1 skill point here, the +1 potion capacity here, the +1 potion, the +1 skill point here, the maximum obols, and the 4 Paragon points. Now, if you complete the renown in all 5 regions, you're going to get a total of 5+ to your potion capacity, which is very useful for pretty much any character. You're going to get 2 skill points per region for 5 regions, which is a total of 10 skill points that you can utilize on even a level 1 character, which is absolutely amazing and makes your level 1 characters a hell of a lot more powerful. You're going to get 80 maximum opals times 5, which is going to give you a lot more maximum opal storage, which is used for gambling legendary items from the vendor. And then the 4 Paragon points, you get 4 of those per area, and you're going to get a total of 20 if you max out your renown in all the zones. Now, hitting the maximum renown and getting those 4 Paragon points is a little difficult. And what I want to talk to you today is the correct order in which you should do your quests or build your renown. Now, obviously, getting the waypoints is going to be very useful, and you should probably get all of those anyway, which is going to be a very nice 8 times 20. But what you should probably focus on first is getting your Altars of Lilith. So if you get all of your Altars of Lilith in each zone, that is 10 times however many Altars of Lilith there are in those zones, and you're going to get a pretty hefty amount of renown, which is going to get you most of the way towards your 2nd skill point, at the very least. Then, after you've completed your waypoints, your Altars of Lilith, you're also going to get a lot of exploration renown. Frog in my throat. So the exploration renown, it might not seem like a lot, but with 5 renown per exploration at 70 different areas to explore, it actually adds up to quite a bit of renown. And by the time you finish your Altars of Lilith, your areas discovered, and your waypoints, you're usually most of the way toward getting your maximum opals and your Paragon points. You definitely also want to complete your strongholds. With 100 renown per stronghold at 3 strongholds, that is a massive 300 renown that you can get. There is also 1 waypoint, usually at least in one of the strongholds in the area, if not more, which means that the strongholds are actually worth more than 300. They're actually worth around 320 to 340, depending on how many waypoints are in the strongholds. Also, Altars of Lilith tend to be within the strongholds as well, which means that you actually get a lot more than just 320 or 340, because you're also getting the 10 from the Altars of Lilith that are hiding inside of the strongholds. However, once you finish all your Altars of Lilith, once you finish all of your strongholds, all of your waypoints, and you've explored the entire map, what you're going to find out is that's not going to get you to your Paragon points. It's probably going to get you to your third one here, which is your 2nd skill point, or maybe your maximum obols, but you've still got quite a ways to go to grind to get those 4 Paragon points. And trust me when I say, the 20 Paragon points that you get from these renowns is very valuable in terms of your overall damage output and survivability. So you definitely want to get your hands on those 20 Paragon points. Actually, technically 25, because you get 5 from the Altars of Lilith in total. So there's 1 per region, in each region that gives a Paragon point. And so if you get all of your Altars of Lilith, you'll get not only the 20 from the Paragon points of the actual Renown, but 5 from the Altars of Lilith, so a total of 25 from your Renown points. So what do you do once you've capped out your waypoints, once you've capped out your strongholds, you've got all your Altars of Lilith, and you've discovered the entire zone? How do you get to the max? The easiest way at that point is to start doing your side quests, and specifically the side quests that lead you into dungeons. So you don't want to do your dungeons first, because if you do your dungeons first, then you're going to kind of ruin the synergy here. So basically how it works is a lot of the side quests will actually lead you to dungeons. So you want to do the side quests up to the point where they lead you to the dungeon. And if you haven't done that dungeon before, you're going to get 30 for the dungeon. You're going to get 20 for the quest, which is 50. So you're going to get a nice additional like double bonus because you're doing a quest that is inside of a dungeon. And this is the best way to grind those final points, is to do your side quests and get the dungeons. Now, if you can't find any side quests, my advice to you is to just ride around. Believe it or not, a lot of the times, if you just ride around the zone, there are a lot of random side quests that are just kind of spread throughout the countryside. Also, killing monsters, believe it or not, is a good way to get side quests as well, because a lot of the side quests are actually tied to quest drops that actually occur from the monsters as you're leveling, or, you're riding around and killing things. So if you're not killing anything, you're not going to get the side quests, and if you don't get the side quests, you're not going to be able to get the 20 renown, and eventually, you won't be able to grab the points. However, keep in mind that this is a massive bonus for all of your characters. So as you level up your main character, like mine, for instance, right now is level 80, it's obviously going to be a boon to your main character. But when you start your secondary character, your third character, your fourth character, you don't have to redo these. All of these bonuses, the skill points, the potion capacity, the max obols, and the Paragon points will transfer to your new character and make your leveling up process on your new character even easier. Also, it's important to note that when you create a new character, you have the option, once you've finally completed your campaign, to skip the campaign. So if I created a new character here real quick, and it really doesn't matter which one, I can just go ahead and grab let's just do a barbarian. I do have a plan to make a barbarian at some point. And you can choose the skip campaign button here, which allows you to just go straight to the open world instead of having to do the campaign again. So this will allow you to, number one, have access to your character in a world where you can actually utilize all those amazing points. So having multiple characters in this particular scenario is definitely nice. When I leveled up my second character, Crit Poison, which is going to be a toxic crit wolf, he got access to all of his skill points and his Paragon points immediately. Now keep in mind, however, that the Paragon points don't activate until level 50 when you finally finish off your main skill point leveling. So he's not actually going to have access to those 25 Paragon points until I get to level 50, but they are sitting there waiting for him. I think that's pretty much it when it comes to Renown points, and you definitely want to get them. It is a huge boost to your character's overall performance. The strength, the intelligence, the willpower, the dexterity, and also the Paragon points and the maximum obols that they provide, and the skill points that you get from the tree and the potion slots that you get from the tree are just really hard to pass up on. It is a massive bump in power and survivability for your character, and you don't want to miss out. Anyway, as always, I do appreciate you guys and gals watching my videos, even when we're just yakking about Renown points. And as always, keep watching.